Dealing with Alzheimer's disease is never easy, but for families of color, that struggle can be even more magnified. Renee Chanel Fatah has created a documentary called In Our Right Mind, and she joins us alongside Chanel Crowder from Arden Court's Memory Care Community. Thank you both for being here.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about this documentary and how it came about.
Well, Elsa, I knew I wanted to tell a story that hadn't been told. And in doing the research, I learned that if you're African American, Hispanic, or Native American, you're twice as likely to have Alzheimer's.
Really?
And yet there weren't any documentaries that I could find out there that address this issue. So I knew that was the story that I wanted to tell. I traveled the country, I interviewed people living with the disease, caregivers, researchers, community groups, and activists to find out, one, why this is a problem, and two, what we can do about it.
And you're hoping that this is going to help promote change in the research community, correct?
Well, one, I'm hoping it just gets the conversation started.
Yes, because I had no idea.
Exactly, and that was the reaction I got from people.
Yes.
So I want us to be more aware. I want us to participate in clinical research, because that's part of the problem. You know, if we're not part of the clinical trials, we're not going to be part of the solution that eventually comes down the road in terms of either treatment or hopefully one day a cure. So the idea is to get the conversation started and to get us aware and to make information available. And Chanel was wonderful in terms of helping bring this message.
Chanel, I know that you have a personal connection, not just in your profession, but you're a personal connection. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure. So my father was diagnosed with dementia 18 years ago. And so it's been a long journey, and I learned a lot through that experience. And then recently, within the past 2 years, my mother was diagnosed. So now it's two people. So one is at Arden Courts, one is at home. But it's been, you know, it's a 36-hour day. It's nonstop caregiving. And for me, it was about really telling the story, but making a difference in other people's lives as to how you can navigate this journey and educate yourself and participate in research as well.
And then why was it important for Arden Courts to become a sponsor of this documentary?
So one of our focuses is to always address social determinants of health, and because of that, we aligned with Renee's mission and wanted to tell the story to initiate the conversation, but also create a platform where people are talking about it, but at the same time offering a solution, because there is hope, there's researchers, and encouraging people to really participate in studies as well.
And we're seeing a little clip here from the documentary. What was some of the most surprising when you were putting this together?
You're looking at a woman right now who was a well-known consumer reporter in Philadelphia. I worked in television in Philadelphia, and when I came to the station, Orion reached out to me. She was an advocate for Alzheimer's research because her mother had the disease, and then she discovered that she herself had it. So she wanted to bring the message across about how we need to be more aware, how we need to get involved with clinical trials, which is something we had just talked about, and also we have to get past the stigma. This is something we have to talk about.
Absolutely. Well, we're talking about it, and we're going to be talking about it right here. Your documentary is going to be airing right here. It's called In Our Right Mind, Thursday, January 30th at 7 p.m. on WMAR. We're so happy that we were able to talk to you both before this airs. It's really important work that you're doing and starting that conversation, and hopefully more will change with research. And we will be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.